It's been a long wait for the latest from the house of OnePlus to make its global debut. But the OnePlus 10 Pro is finally here. It's got top-of-the-line specs, familiar yet fresh looks, and even an interesting twist in the camera department. OnePlus is clearly gunning for a broader share of the smartphone market. But the closer-than-ever relationship with Oppo, the evolving software, and our unsatisfying journey with the predecessor's camera risk putting a stop to the company's goals. Does the OnePlus 10 Pro live up to our expectations, and is there more to the numbers than just numbers on a spec sheet? We find out in the Cellguru review of the OnePlus 10 Pro. We'll be honest here, we like how the OnePlus 10 Pro looks. It evokes the same feeling of the original sandstone finished OnePlus, but tosses it straight into the future with a modern yet classy design. The matte finish is sufficiently grippy and it keeps fingerprints at bay too. Definite win there. Moreover, there's no way you can miss the most distinct part of the phone, the camera. The ceramic construction exudes luxury and looks like nothing else on the market other than a slight hint of inspiration from the S21 Ultra. Inside the larger-than-life module, you'll find what looks like 4 lenses. But wait, there's only 3 here. OnePlus has decided to give the macro lens a miss. Instead, you'll observe an LED flash that sits in a ring light-like formation. OnePlus has continued its partnership with Hasselblad on the OnePlus 10 Pro. Now in its second generation, it brings more balanced color science and a lot of filters designed to appease Instagram addicts. Overall, the design is very good, but that fit and finish falls just short of excellence. You can notice the seam between the mid-frame and the glass panel. Similarly, the buttons cut just a bit too sharply. Moving to the front, the 6.7-inch AMOLED panel is gorgeous to look at. It's got all the bells and whistles like a 120Hz refresh rate, 13Hz nits of peak brightness. Now this year, OnePlus has calibrated the screen at 2 brightness levels, 100 and 500 nits, to ensure that you get a color-accurate experience no matter the brightness setting. Performance-wise, the OnePlus 10 Pro is a flagship through and through. It's got a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor and 8GB of RAM. The phone ships with the performance cap to balance battery life, but a quick toggle will have you unleashing the beast. Overall performance is top-notch, though you might want to hit that toggle switch for heavier titles like Genshin Impact. The OnePlus 10 Pro runs Oxygen OS 12.1 based on Color OS. Now as such, you'll spot a lot of uniformity between the two platforms, and apps like Camera have been lifted straight from Oppo's phone. Thankfully, there is next to no bloatware here. To ensure all-day longevity, OnePlus has bumped up the battery life to 5000 mAh. This helps counter the increased battery consumption of the 8 Gen 1 chipset, and the phone comfortably delivers 7 hours of screen on time. Charging speeds have also gone up to 80 watt. You can expect to charge your phone in about 35 minutes. There's also wireless charging support at up to 50 watt. Let's talk cameras. There's 3 here, and no, you're not mistaken. OnePlus has removed the macro camera altogether. Not just that, this time around the ultra-wide sensor doesn't have autofocus, so you can't use it for macros either. What you do get instead is a much wider 150-degree frame of view, which could come in handy for creative shots. Photos from the primary camera are very well balanced with good dynamic range, control over tone, and white balance. Low light too isn't bad at all, and the OnePlus manages to keep noise levels in check. The ultra-wide camera unfortunately suffers from significant distortion around the edges, and there's a lot of lost details. Coming to the telephoto sensor, the 8-megapixel camera is getting long in the tooth, and you won't be getting very good shots in anything less than perfect light. The level of detail too is far from great. The 32-megapixel selfie camera, however, is a nice upgrade, and it takes well-detailed shots with ample details as well as excellent bokeh separation in portrait mode. Overall, the OnePlus 10 Pro is a step in the right direction. The phone is a bit bare bones in its feature set, but the lower price point compared to the Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus works in its favor. However, the lack of finesse might make it a hard sell against the iPhone 13 that can be found in the same ballpark figure. A good attempt from OnePlus, but not the all-out winner we expected.